The bitch. "Trauma is a bitch," said the young man. Yes, it is," I replied as I stepped down from the podium. I just delivered a talk on trauma and mind-body psychotherapy to an audience of atheists at their monthly Skipping Church event. 10 years earlier, I couldn't have imagined speaking in front of such a group. Or any group, if I'm being honest. And certainly not on the topic of psychotherapy. 10 years earlier, I'd seen myself as a homemaker, the wife of a successful attorney in Southern California, the mother of 2 teenagers, and most significantly, a Christian woman. Sure, Jesus could and would heal whatever ailed me, with no need of or tolerance for any kind of psychiatry. But the truth was, and is, more complex than that, because trauma is complex. It can grow from one single event in a moment, or a series of smaller events over a lifetime, or, in my case, both. Worse, unknown to or more accurately suppressed by me, my trauma had not only held me back from fully living for 5 decades, it had perniciously infected my children, stunting their lives as well. And that's the real bitch of trauma, the contagiousness of the emotional states it creates. Transferred through our relationships, it becomes transgenerational, passing from parent to child. My desire to write this book began when my own healing journey from transgenerational trauma took a deep dive, a nice way of saying I had an emotional breakdown. Just before my deep dive, I was a practicing trauma therapist, soon to become a licensed marriage and family therapist. As part of my education, I was in therapy myself and doing well. I'd become fully aware of my childhood trauma and the effect it had had on my life. Step by step, I was coming into my own, experiencing a more honest relationship with my husband and modeling healthier behaviors for my children. Then, my elderly mother moved into our home, and down I went, reverting to old patterns, regressive behaviors, reactive thinking. The individuated me I'd worked so hard to realize was slipping away. After 18 months of living with Mom, I found myself at a rehabilitation center 3,000 miles away from home. Having to enter a rehab facility made me feel like a failure. But I'd soon come to understand that was just my ego talking, trying to limit me once again. In the 4 weeks I was there, I read, practically devoured, 3 books written for daughters with controlling mothers. At first, these books helped me feel normal. They let me know I wasn't alone, that what I'd experienced and felt wasn't crazy, that I wasn't crazy. They gave me hope. But as I really digested them and talked through them in therapy sessions, I saw there was more going on in this dance between my mother and myself than I'd ever understood before. And it went way deeper than a controlling mother and a dutiful daughter. I came to see the connection between my trauma and the security I looked for from all the relationships in my life. But primarily and most especially from my relationship with my mother. With that breakthrough, the pieces of my trauma story began to fall into place more clearly than ever. For the first time, I saw my path forward, a path that would lead to my getting that sense of security I craved from one relationship, the most important relationship of all, my relationship with myself.